Howdy folks, welcome back to Space Engineers. 1.3 thousand grain, we're growing. And we're almost, 96% done. This thing's been working like clockwork. It's done a couple full harvests completely fine. So you can see I ended up redoing the seeder from the last video. And this seems to work great. So I've just got a conveyor converter on the back of the collector, and then the inset connector drops down. So then I move the sensor back so it triggers as it goes past the pillar and drops it right in the plot. That seems to work great. The only downside of this automation is the script requires the player to be close to the farm plots. I don't know what close means, but I don't think I can like go explore the planet or go to space and this will still work. So I need to remember to turn off the automation block when we leave, or to turn off the sensor. So it can still harvest fine, it just can't seed. So if I turn that off when we leave, should be good to go. But this is getting ready to kick off here. And then in today's video, I've got a couple other little things around the base I want to show you. And then I'm going to build, I think I'm going to build the space station here and take it with us. Because it doesn't need to be very big. It's basically a cargo container. It's really all we need. So see, that is working just great. Drops it right on the plot. I don't know why I didn't think of that the first time. I guess I was thinking this would be too far back, but it does seem to work fine. It goes a little further forward now to make sure it gets on the plot. And yeah, that's I think that's the third time it's done a full automated harvest and plant. 60% of the time, it works every time. So, I think we're good there. So I don't remember what I've shown and not shown. So I'm going to give a little quick tour. I've just got some info here from Auto LCD2 about the power state. See, we're going to be charged up in 2.5 hours. Got a little bed over here just so I can sleep. Keep an eye on the farm as needed. Got my little poor man's airlock here. Just got like 3 wolves. We got those put in. And then in here I've got a couple of changes. I need to get some more lighting probably. So thanks for the reminder about PAM controller mode. I completely forgot that was a thing. So I've got this programmable block. It doesn't work when it's on a subgrid from the LCD. So I've got the big boy programmable block here. And that's the PAM controller. And then that just puts the status on the screen right here. So I'm going to go tell them to go ahead and go. So send command to all. And I want to say continue. There we go. Very cool. I completely forgot that was a thing. And it is super handy. And then they're off and going. And then you get a status here. As long as they're within antenna range, which they should be, they'll report their status back right here on that screen. Very cool. Here, this is mostly just for fun. I don't need to have all of the grain in one storage container, but I did want it in one just, like I said, for fun. I was also kind of curious on a large grid, how much grain can we get in here? And I'm guessing around 20,000 maybe, so that's 2.5. It's maybe 6 times that much. Well, maybe 10,000. 10,000-ish. And then I've got a little pole. So I've got some sorters set up here, so it'll basically disables that one. It sucks in the grain, then it turns that one back off. And then this is just a pass-through, so it can pull the grain back out to make seed if it needs to. Let's get a little bit of that stuff off the screen. I've got just another farmhand LCD over here so we can keep an eye on the farm. That used to be over there. I moved it. So I think that is most of the changes. I went and put a landing gear on here. This hinge was being weird. I don't know why. I've done this lots of times and it's never been weird, but this one was being weird. So put a landing gear on it. Keep that under control. So the ship is still over here. It looks like we've got lovely weather. I thought it said clear. Oh, no, it says rain. So, let's build a space station, shall we? I think I'm going to make it really small. What I'm thinking is small grid and maybe build around one of these modular containers. And then we just haul it up to space. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I think I'll build it here on this pad. So I'm going to get the ship out of the way. Get this guy unparked. And then I'm going to get my landing gear down. And we're just going to back up. And I'm actually going to turn the auto lock off on the landing gear and just let it settle. We'll just turn off inertial dampeners. Let it chill, and then I will go ahead and lock it down. And then should I have a connector like top and bottom? I think that'll make it easier to build. So we're going to go ahead and do, if you push R, you can switch to the other size. So we're going to do kind of the same way I started building the ship. Let's put one of those there. And let's go ahead and, oops, let's go ahead and connect that up. There we go. And that'll be our space station. We'll start building off of that. So if I go to these guys, I could do a large cargo container. Kind of like these modular guys, though. Was that in the middle? It's really hard to tell. No, that's offset. Like I said, it's really hard to tell sometimes. If that is indeed in the middle. Is that the middle? Nope, that's offset. Let's try this with the old hover on. Try that. There we go. Alright, that's centered up. And then with this being empty, I think we'll be able to get it up in space okay. I think that'll be fine. I think I want a docking connector on top as well, because that's going to be how we'll lift it off of here. Flip that over. Then, do I want docking connectors all over? Nah, I think that'll be good. Then we basically just need... I want to turn this into a station, I think. So we basically just need some, like, folding solar panels and some batteries. I don't know that we need a big battery, because it's just going to be sitting up there in space. So we'll probably do small batteries. So let's take a look at making some folding solar panels and how that might work. So I want a small hinge. I had you right on there. Hinge part and hinge. Then we need a rotor as well to fold it flat, probably, so it can rotate to the sun. Might as well put a custom turret controller on here as well. Track it. So just need a rotor, and I'm going to make 0 up just because I can. Okay, and then solar panel. I think I have that on here somewhere. So, should we do the colorable solar panels? How big are those? You kind of in the middle. Oh, I can't hook you up to the middle, huh? So we'll have to put some blocks on here, I guess. Let's maybe do like beams or something. I don't think I have beams on here. Just for something different. I don't know if this is the right size. We will find out. There we go. That'll work. And then that folds up as needed. So let's go to... If your velocity goes that direction. So we'll put the lower limit. This gets kind of tricky sometimes at 0. And then the upper limit at 90. They're going to hit on the platform? Nope, I think we're good. Cool, and then the hinge itself can have a lower limit of -90 and upper limit of 0. Then we need some timer locks and stuff to get that set up. Normally they'll be in the out position once we're up in space, but I want them folded back while we're transporting it. So we'll do that. All right, I think I'm good with that. So get some parts on here. Like that, and then we're going to need to get some batteries and whatnot. This will tell us, you know, where we can put stuff, because we can't put anything along the sides. So the solar panel is going to be there. I wonder if we need to... Well, these don't have an offset, do they? All right, let's do this. Maybe we'll set this at, like... -89, just so it doesn't go all the way up against it. That may prevent some claying. We'll see. Now, I don't really necessarily need more than one solar panel. But for balance, do I want to have 2, or do I want to just put all the other stuff over here? I think for balance, I want it to have 2, just so it looks better. Purely aesthetic. So let's get a hinge. I like to have the little negative pointing thing that way. Then I know which direction it's supposed to go. Then we'll have our hinge. Sorry, our rotor. And we want to have the 0 pointing up. Rotor part. Rotor. Hinge and part. Nice thing about building in small grid is it doesn't take very many parts. Beautiful. Alright, then I think I had my beams out on here. Then I did, yeah, 2 on each, or 1 on each side. Then our end pieces. I guess it won't do the build planner because it's just one steel plate. Fair enough, but I'm going to have to grab some more steel plate or we're going to run out. Yeah, let's get some of those as well. Alright, we just need a solar panel on here. Yeah, head it towards the top. Then we just got to set these up like we did the other guys. So, lower limit. So which way are you going to go? I want you to go that direction. Okay, so it is going to be the same. So lower limit is going to be 0. And upper limit, you guessed it, going to be 90. Oh, I had that guy rotate the other way, didn't I? That's why it was up against there. Okay, I'll redo this. I'll redo this one. So this can actually be negative 90. Let's reverse that. Oops. Come on. Alright, and you're going to be lower limit. Yep, and then upper limit is 0. So we need to have this guy rotate the other direction. Or let's just replace the solar panel. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Make it consistent. So we need to flip around like this. There we go. All right, and then you will reverse. Get the hinge to show up, and then you'll reverse. Uh-oh, no, 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 no. Come back! Now I need to set this guy to slightly different limits. Come on, give me the menu. No menu? Ah, there we go. Okay, first of all, let's turn you off so you don't flip out. We'll turn the rotor lock on. So these need to be flipped. So the lower limit's going to be negative 90. And then the upper limit's going to be 0, but we need to bring this guy back. Wait, did I did this all backwards, didn't I? So that's 90. And then it needs to rotate back the other direction. Then this is going to be regular 90. I think sometimes it flips like signs and stuff. It can get a little tricky. Okay, I think we're good now though. So we need to go reverse. Then this guy can reverse. I can get the hinge to show up. There we go. We finally got it. We got there in the end. Okay, we need like some timer blocks and whatnot to make that work. So we need at least 2 timer blocks to do that. So let's go to, which is it? There we are. And I like the automaton timer blocks better, so we're going to use those. I'll put 3 here. I don't know if I need 3, but... well, it would probably be easier to set up in here. Automaton timer blocks. So we're going to just rename these guys. We're going to reset the name. And we're going to rename them... cargo satellite, so CarSat. There we go. And then this is going to be Solar 1 and Solar 2. Don't need a delay on Solar 1. You do want a delay on Solar 2. It's probably going to be more like 3 or 4 seconds. We'll set it to 4. Alright, so Solar 1. Actually, I need to get some groups set up. So let's go to Hinge. And let's see, reset. This will be CarSat. Hinge Solar. And I can tell it's these because of the color. And this is going to be CarSat. There we go. And then we need to group these. So let's look for solar. This is CarSat solar hinges. This is a lot of work for something I'm going to do like once, but that's fine. It's fun, right? Solar rotors. Alright, so let's go back to CarSat. Then we have our Solar 1. So the first thing we're going to do is... well, I guess it's going to be different if we're folding or unfolding, isn't it? We might need to do more timer blocks. So let's call this Solar Unfold. Oops. Extra D in there. Alright, so if we're unfolding... first thing we're going to do is reverse the hinges. Solar hinges. Wonder if I should do... I think we can just do reverse. As long as we have them set up consistently. And then it needs to trigger the other guy. Unfold 2. Put him over here, and we'll do a start. And then once the hinges are out, we need to reverse the rotors. Solar rotors, reverse. Okay, that should get it unfolded. Then we're going to need a fold as well. Normally I do most of this off camera, but I'm going to show the whole process on this one. And let's go ahead and get some... let's get a button on here. We'll have fold and unfold. so this will be... all I've got is unfold. And we'll do a trigger now. In 4 seconds, yeah, it gives them enough time to get away from the body, and then they're out and deployed. We're only going to do this, like I said, we're going to do this like once, to fold them up, and then we're going to take them to space and unfold it. So, kind of pointless? Yeah, probably. Alright, this guy needs to be, what was it called? CarSat? Timer block? There it is. Alright, you were nominated to be Fold 1. And you're nominated to be Fold 2. You'll never guess what we're going to do on here. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is our rotors. So we're going to, it's basically just reverse of the folding process. Then we need our CarSat timer, and it's going to be Fold 2. It'll be a start. Fold 2 is just going to be our hinges reversing. Alright, we should have over here CarSat timer Fold 1 and trigger now. Okay, so I should be able to fold them up and unfold them now. And then we're just about done with this guy. We just need to get some batteries on here. So that will be these guys, and I think we'll just do the small batteries. I don't think we need more than that. Danger, high voltage. How am I able to get to that control panel? Maybe we'll stick them down here. It doesn't need much. It just needs a little bit. Okay, so we have our timers. We need our custom turret controller. I'm pretty sure you can do a small grid of that. I don't know that I have that on any of these. So I haven't built very many of them. Yeah, I don't think I have those on here. Looks like I do have timer blocks on multiple ones. Custom turret controller. Oh, that's right. These are bigger when it's small grid. Maybe we could stick that over here. That'll be to point at the sun. I guess I'm going to need 2 of those, aren't I? One for each side. I didn't think about that. I guess I will cover up that. It's not completely covered up. So I'm going to need to rename these hinges. And solar, I'm going to, from looking at it this perspective, I'm going to call this right. That'll work. That, and then this will be custom turret controller right, custom turret controller left. There we go. And then we're going to need a camera on each one of these. I had camera on my hotbar somewhere. There you are. And oh, you can't place it on a... On a beam? Place on those, but I can't place on these. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So that will get us up there. I think we can convert it to a station once it's detached from the ship. So it shouldn't need any kind of like thrust or anything. It's got docking connectors, so we can dock to it. I think that's good. I do want to change the color on these. How did I do my other solar panels? Liked how those turned out. Except I think they are using a dirty skin. Ow. Right smack into the base. No, it is a clean. It's just got random patterns like, whoa. Frame rate just went to pot. Not sure why that is. There we go. Looks a little more like solar panels now. I'm okay with like the rest of it being white. I think it'll be just pretty bare bones. Let's fold and unfold, so let's just double test. Just start rotating the panels when you get about there. Cool. Then I don't want to turn these on until I get in space, because once these are on, I don't have like a... I'd have to have a separate timer block, I guess, to align these so we could fold them up. But I don't think that's really necessary. So let's fold them back up. Now the question is, can I actually lift this guy and get up in space? I think I can. If you didn't notice when I was in the ship, I did add some more down thrust. I don't remember if I showed that on camera or not. We've got more atmospherics. And I think we've got enough... I think we've got enough hydrogen. Here's hoping. We'll do a test flight. I think next video will be deployment to space. Kind of wondering, should I just... Let's get rid of this. Let's just make this a walkway. Do I have catwalks on here somewhere? Got steps. So I don't have catwalks. Okay. Or if I do, I miss them. So we want to get U color. We not place off of here? Might have to do this first. We'll get there in the end. Yeah, I think I'll do side stairs, and then I'll have these over to there. And I need to paint these guys yellow. Safety first. Safety third. Now I did see stairs out here somewhere. There we go. And I'll go ahead and have the stairs yellow as well. Why not? Alright, I need 2 of you. I think we're just about done. We'll go check on the crops. And then, actually, I think if I put a catwalk here, I think that will tie into the others, then I can get rid of the bottom armor blocks. I think those will all tie in. There we go. So this catwalk is holding those up. There we go. That looks a little more reasonable. Okay, how are these batteries doing? They're at 30%. So let's go ahead and set them to recharge. I'm used to the other head mode. There we go. Nope. Come here, you. There we go. All right, set those to recharge. So they can get all charged up. Now, will it break everything if I then dock to that? Just in case. Let's get this thing launch ready. Need to go heal and get some hydrogen. Those back on and release the landing gear. I should be lined up side to side because I just backed up. We get dockception here. Oh yeah, we're good. Donk. There we go. I think we're ready to head to space. Is that a good thumbnail? Possibly. Back off a bit. I know my thumbnail's a little crowded for this series. It's got too many icons or logos. Okay, let's go finish up. Take a look at our grain. Get some heals. Yeah, it looks like it already did another harvest while we were messing with that. So go ahead and pull the grain over just for funsies. There we go. Got 1.5k. It's 8% on to the next one. How's the miners doing? Tiny Miner 1 says job done. How much iron do we have? Oh, we've got 200,000 iron. Okay, we're good. Good job, Tiny Miner 1. We can build whatever we want to build now. Probably should grab another meal while I'm over here. Should have, yeah. It looks like, just like it says, 64 plots growing. No seed packets laying all over the place. I like it. It took some tweaking, but we got there in the end. That is working beautifully. And I know there's lots of other solutions to this. If you go watch Engineered Coffee, if you're not aware of Engineered Coffee, definitely go check out Engineered Coffee on YouTube. He does fantastic builds in Space Engineers. Really good stuff. He's got a robot that like goes along a rail, an overhead rail, to do the harvest. I'm not sure if he's got to planting yet. I haven't finished his latest video. And then I've seen other people do like a bot. I think who's doing the scrapyard mechanic? Dread something. Shoot, I'm having a senior moment. Dread Mechanic or something like that, I think. He does some great builds, and he has a little robot that like has thrusters and wheels and rolls along between the plots and does it. So there's a lot of different ways to do this. I wanted to try the big overhead piston. So we got that working. Let's grab a meal, and I will bid you all adieu. We got some spaghetti. Let's go with some lasagna. That sounds good. Now, we don't need all of this. We're only like 42% down, but that's okay. We have plenty of food. If I go look at the mammal meat, yeah, we're doing good. The wolves have been generous. And it does take a little bit of time. I have to go out and try to find them, but it's not too bad. Just sighting along the guns. The last time I went out, I actually heard and saw this one firing, so I knew where to look. But yeah, I've missed a few wolves here and there, but for the most part, I can track them down. But anyway, that'll do it for this one. It is a bright, beautiful, clear day. And we're going to grow a bunch of wheat, and we're going to take it into space. So I think next episode, we'll work on getting the little cargo satellite thing up in space. Might do a little looking around out in space. It wouldn't hurt to have like some uranium or plutonium, stuff like that. And we'll go from there. Thanks as always for watching, folks. I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.